I don't have ADHD. You have ADHD. What are you all talking about? Okay, I was going to talk about knowing your why today, all right? Because this is a talk that I like to have at least probably once a year just to re-explain to everyone. And one of these days, I'm gonna I'm gonna make a YouTube video about this. It's gonna happen. You just gotta trust me. It's gonna be a YouTube video. I'm definitely not gonna forget forever. When I'm talking about knowing your why, I'm talking about why do I stream? Why do I want to do this full time? What is my motivation? Why do I want to do this full time? Why do I want to become a content creator full time? I'll tell you why. My biggest why is I want to help people. Period. That's it. Boom. And end of the talk right there. End of the video. End of the YouTube video right there. I want to help people. I want to help people. I want to help people not only personally, but I want to help people in the way of making and helping them realize their potential as greater than they themselves see it. You know? I'm going to steal a mindset by Dave ism here for a second and say, I'm not here to tell you how great I am. I'm here to show you how great you are. You already are. You know, I want to basically be a cheerleader for people in their lives to be like, hey, you can do this. You can achieve this. We're going to hold you accountable to this because we know you can do it. And when you do it, we're going to celebrate with you. We're going to be right there with you. You know, that's my biggest why, is why everything's set up the way it is because I want to be a cheerleader, really. I want to help people in the way of being a cheerleader, encouraging them to do good things for themselves, self-care, right? Wellness, right? Seeking help that we deserve, right? You know, being able to take control of your own life when for a lot of us, a lot of our lives, that kind of control has been taken away so much from us, especially if you're traumatized. Most trauma usually is stemming from someone has taken some modicum of control away from you in some way, shape, or form, you know, which is fucked. That's completely fucked. And people fucking failed you. The people that were supposed to take care of you failed you, you know, and that's shit. That's shit. There's a lot that happens after that, but it's shit, you know? And oftentimes we blame ourselves for that. Sometimes, even if you don't have trauma, sometimes we just like get into this like the weird cycle of blaming ourselves for things that are outside of our control. So, you know, by talking about these things such as mindfulness, such as, you know, what is in our control about self-care, which is so basic, right? It's basic, and like I'm sure any neurotypical that try to watch this back later would be like, oh my God, what do you mean? I don't get it. Like, you know, if you gotta go brush your teeth, you know, brush your teeth. You know, if you gotta go to sleep, go to sleep. You know, if you gotta go eat, go eat. You know, if you gotta drink water, just go drink water. Like, ooh, I don't get it. I'm glad you don't get it. Genuinely. I am glad you do not get it. I'm glad you do not understand the struggle that a lot of us go through. I don't wish that struggle on anyone. I don't. Not even my worst enemies I wish that struggle on. Because it's shit. It's shit. At the end of the day, it's complete crap. And yeah, it does look like laziness, but I promise you it's not laziness. Everyone has a reasoning for their behavior or what have you. You know, don't make fundamental attribution error. Don't do a fundamental attribution error. Basically, you ever be driving on the road and some person comes whooshing down the road, cuts you off, you know, and then just like whooshes even further, swerving in between traffic. And your immediate thought is just like, that guy's an asshole. You don't know that for sure. You're just attributing falsely some personality trait based on someone's behavior. For all you know, that person could have very good reasons for being an asshole driver, you know, going vroom, 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 vroom. You don't know. Maybe their wife's in the hospital about to have their baby. And they're like, oh shit, I gotta get there, you know? That being said, I don't think it's a good idea to be a dangerous driver, even if your wife's in the hospital about to have a baby, all right? So, at the end of the day, basically what I'm saying is that I want to live in a world where people are taking care of themselves fully in every single aspect as much as possible, because obviously some of these things that you see out of your control, right? Completely fucking out of your control, especially if you're living at home right now, especially if you're living with your parents or in a situation that like these things are controlled for you or basically decided for you, right? I want to help enable people to try to get themselves in a position where they have more control over these things so that they can get to that top of the pyramid and become the best version of themselves that they can be, right? That's what I want. And whatever that version of yourself is, it's valid, you know? As long as I guess my like baseline of like it's valid is like as long as you're not aiming to like hurt other people or, you know, yeah, that's it, pretty much. As long as you're not trying to hurt other people, your aspirations are perfectly valid. And those aspirations can change as well throughout the course of your life. Maybe right now for you, you'd be really happy doing this one particular job. And that's fine. That's awesome. Fucking go for that job. Go for that job. Do it. Just try it out. You know, figure out a plan, smart steps, smart goals, all that other stuff. You know, do all the little steps to get yourself to that goal. And then once you're there, you're like, bam, boom, I did it. Accomplishment, feeling good. And then you get there and you're like, well, actually, I don't like this as much as I thought I would. I actually kind of want to try for that other lofty goal. You know what? You can fucking do it. You can fucking do it. Obviously, there's a lot more physical, again, you know, modrum of control. There's a lot of physical and often financial, you know, barriers to doing things that you want to do in life in general. But one of the things that we can control at the end of the day is self-care, is taking care of ourselves, taking care of our minds, taking care of our bodies, trying to be the best version of ourselves so that we're presenting the best version of ourselves where and when it matters. And I know I'm also talking about this in a sense of like, you know, masking a bit as far as like all the autistics in the room go. But that shit helps. That shit helps so fucking much, especially in a world run by neurotypicals who, you know, expect you to just like be at your best, be at 100% all the time. Not realistic. Not even for them, but you know, weird false standards. Anyway, speaking of false standards for myself, one of my biggest goals is to achieve world peace. Will we get there? Who knows? It'd be nice. It'd be nice. I'd like world peace. I would like also no mental health stigma as well. But you know, one person at a time, right? But it's more than just one person. Even if I only had one chatter in here, and if I made their day that much better, if I got them to do that much more self-care, guess what? I haven't just affected one person. I've affected that one person plus every single other person that they go and interact with from then on. If they like, I'm really selling myself, I guess, here in a way, you know. I'm not trying to sell any particular product. I'm just trying to sell taking care of yourself even when you don't feel like you deserve to be taken care of, right? But you're affecting, your impact on the world is much greater than you think it is, as is mine. But that's the beauty in this. That's the beauty in how this whole, you know, community thing, being an online content creator works. Is like, I influence, say so to speak, you know, 10 people, and then those 10 people, you know, spread that message or just interact in a kind way to 10 other people in their lives, and all of a sudden you have 100 people going about their days having much better interactions, etc., so forth, etc., so forth. It just fractals out. It has that biggest potential. So that's my why. And I wanted to talk about my why because okay, so one of the reasons I want to talk about my why is because whenever I meet a new streamer, especially a mental health streamer, I get really interested in them as a person because people are my special interest, right? Knowing people is my special interest. So, you know, figuring out other people's whys kind of like further motivate me to be like, yeah, like I feel very affirmed that like we share very similar whys of like we want to help people. We want to make people, you know, feel good, be better to themselves and be better to others, you know? So, yeah, that is my why. You're welcome, YouTube. Hopefully that makes it into a video. Take care of yourselves out there genuinely, fully, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.